This is the Louie T Network. Hey, either you're outside or you're
in the lab room.
Who else could it be but me, your man, Louie T? Welcome. You are in the lab room. Of course, I am your host, Lou. Thank you for joining me. Week number 13 in the National Football League. Way to wrap it up with a little bit of AFC East family business. Monday Night Football, Miami Dolphins traveling to New York or New Jersey. Again, I'll never understand that. To take on the New York Jets. Jets coming off of a shellacking at the hands of the Bills. For the second time this season, the Bills have beaten the Jets so bad that they have to switch quarterbacks. And so the first time the Jets beat them up, first time the Bills beat the Jets up, Geno Smith out, Michael Vick in. This time, the inverse of that, as the Bills destroy the Jets. Vick is injured, Vick out, Geno Smith back in. And so this time, Rex Ryan says, hey, if we're going down with Geno, if we're going down with Geno this time, we're going down my way, okay? No more of the Geno Smith, 6 passes, 3 of which go to the other team in 8 snaps. No, we're doing it my way. And my way is ground and pound, okay? So Rex went old school on us. Now, it was never this bad, okay? We'll jump into the breakdown here shortly, but it was never this bad under Dirty Chaz, all right? Say what you want about Dirty Chaz. At least he got to throw the football. The leash on Dirty Chaz was much longer than the leash they put on Geno on Monday. I've never seen a leash that short before on a quarterback. Ever. I mean, that was one of those electronic leashes where if you took 3 steps, ding! You just crossed the line there, buddy. Got that collar on your neck. Can't cross that line or else you're going to feel a little shock. This may sting a little bit. And so, let's jump into this. I mean, look. Dolphins come into the game at 6-5. All right, last week, gut-wrenching loss at Denver. They dominated that football game for about 3 quarters. And then the Denver Broncos woke up, made some plays, ran the football, forced a turnover, and got the win. If that game was in Miami, maybe the Dolphins win, but it was in Mile High. They just couldn't get it done for 4 quarters. So now you come back and you play the Jets. And you got to have this one. There's no other way to say it. You got about 4 other teams sitting at 7-5 in front of you in the wild card standing. You're not going to win the AFC East, most likely. I don't want to count you out. You've already beat the Patriots once, so you do have that in your corner, and you got them one more time. If you can sweep them, get some help from maybe a team like the San Diego Chargers, and you win out, hey, who's to say the Dolphins can't get it done? But Dolphins still have a tough schedule to finish out the season, so going to be tough on this Dolphins team. But look, if anybody can dethrone the Patriots in this division, I've said it before, I'll say it again, it's going to be the Miami Dolphins. So here's a situation where you just got to win this game. Look, it doesn't have to be pretty. Doesn't have to be the most aesthetically pleasing. You just got to win. Just beat the 1 or 2 9 Jets, okay? Just win the football game. And so you look at this Jets football team and you look at this Dolphins football team as they square off on Monday Night Football, and you say to yourself, what are the things the Dolphins need to do to win this game? To me, it's simple. Don't turn the football over. Take advantage of opportunities. The Jets are going to give you opportunities, or so we thought they were going to give you opportunities. Geno Smith's that quarterback. You're going to get some opportunities to make some plays, right? Make sure you take advantage of opportunities. Don't turn it over. And if you get an opportunity to put 7 on the board, put 7 on the board. You don't want to settle for field goals against a Jets team that finds it tough to score. Simple enough to me. Simple game plan. Run the football. Take your shots. When you get them, hit them. Get in the end zone. Score points, win the game. Don't turn it over. When the turnovers present themselves from the Jets' point of view, take advantage of them. You win the game. For the Jets, I don't know what you got to do to win. They basically did everything they could in this game outside of taking advantage of opportunities to win. Let's jump into this quickly because there's really not a lot here. Seriously, there's not a lot here. So the Jets employed ground and pounding. When I say they employed ground and pound, they literally did not let Geno Smith throw the football in this game. Look, this is a passing league. This league has turned into a pass-happy, pass-first league. And situations like 3rd and 3 that used to be run-pass option in this league, that's strictly a passing down for all, A-L-L, all 32 teams in this league. 3rd and 3 is an official passing down in this league. Hell, 3rd and 1 for at least half of the league is a passing down. No longer is 3rd and 1 a rushing down. It is a passing down for at least half of the league. So when you get to 3rd and 5, you get to 3rd and 6, you bet your ass it's a passing down, okay? The Jets were running on 3rd and 5 and 3rd and 6 in this game. And not just once, you know, not just twice, not, oh, let's see if we can catch them with a draw. Maybe they're looking for pass, sneak a draw in there, maybe we might be able to pick up 8 on 3rd and 5. Nah, that's not what this was. This was, hey, we're bringing in the heavy artillery. You know what's coming. We're in the I formation. We're lining up 2 tights. We're running the football on 3rd and 5, man. Stop us if you can. Or it was a Geno in a shotgun, got the bat right next to him. We're going to spread you out a little bit, but we have no intentions of throwing this football, you bastards. And they did not, I mean, it had to be 3rd and 9 before Geno got to throw the football. It was bad. I've never seen it this bad before. Look, I've seen bad quarterbacks in my day, okay? Never, ever have I seen a coach say, hey, man, we're not throwing the football unless we absolutely have to tonight. 4 quarters of football, 13 pass attempts. Now, the league low this season was 16 by none other than Captain Checked Up, Alex Smith. But that, we've come to expect that. And when you've got a dominant run game like they have, you got a defense forcing turnovers like they do, you don't need to throw the football but 60. That's different than this, though. Hell, if it's 3rd and 5, they will let Alex Smith throw the football. It's not an issue of, will Alex turn it over? Do we need to babysit Alex Smith? It's an issue of, hey, the running game's working. We don't have to throw the football. If it's not broken, don't fix it in Kansas City. This was different. This was, we're throwing the football only out of absolute necessity. Otherwise, if it's 3rd and 6, hey, we think we can run for that. And kudos to the Jets for actually running the football effectively. And shame on the Dolphins for knowing that they were going to run the football. And not being, hell, I would have put some 9-man fronts, man. You would have seen, literally, if you had 2 receivers, they would have been playing man-to-man coverage and everybody else would have been in a goddamn box. Run against a 9-man front. We talk about 8-man front. So run against this 9-man front. Now, I get it. You don't want to put everybody in the box, get everybody blocked, and then it's just a straight shot to the end zone because they got one of the fastest. Look, you say what you want about Chris Johnson. He can still run really fast in a straight line. You give him an opportunity to go, he's gone. So I guess I get that from the standpoint of the Dolphins not wanting to basically put all your eggs in one basket. But the Jets dominated on the ground in this game. You allowed them to let Geno Smith babysit the football. Don't let him babysit the football. He was over there nursing the, you want to burp the little football? He was nursing the football, babysitting the football. I ain't seen that kind of babysitting since don't tell mom the babysitter's dead. I ain't seen that kind of babysitting since the 90s. You can't let him do that. Gotta stop the run. I thought the Dolphins allowed the Jets to run the football too effectively, whether it was Greg Solis on the reverse for a touchdown, whether it was Percival Harvin on a jet sweep, whether it was Chris Johnson, who had a huge day, had his first 100-yard game of the season, or, of course, Chris Ivory out of the backfield. Look, everybody and everybody. Geno Smith even had a couple of carries, his damn self. Everybody got involved in the run game, and I thought the Dolphins needed to be stronger up front against the run to force Geno Smith to have to beat them. But luckily enough for them, the Jets don't know how to score points. Nick Folk missed 2 field goals. They dropped the interception, maybe 2. I know Calvin Pace definitely dropped a pick. Who knows what that could have turned into. He was nothing but space and opportunity in front of him. Probably wouldn't have scored, but he could have got a lot of yardage on that return. He had another drop by a defensive back in the Jets secondary. They just made too many mistakes on this night. And the Dolphins did not play a good football game. It was ugly by the Dolphins. Tannehill missed some opportunities. Geno Smith missed Percival Harvin on a corner route. Don't know if he would have scored, even if he would have put it on the money, but he would have gave himself a good chance to get in the end zone. Instead, he missed them. They got to settle for a field goal. Tannehill wasn't sharp. He missed a couple of guys downfield. They struggled offensively to get anything going. They didn't have a lot of continuity, but they did just enough to win this game. They rallied back. They were down 13 to 3 at one point in this game. Cut it to 13 to 6 in the fourth. Was able to get a touchdown, and then the subsequent go-ahead field goal to go up 16 to 13. Geno Smith and company run out of time as the Dolphins come back. And they had some crazy stat that this team hadn't won in like 30 or 40 games when trailing going into the fourth quarter on the road, and they found a way to get it done. But man, this was just fun to watch. It was fun to laugh. I got a nice chuckle out of the Jets. I haven't laughed this hard on a Monday night since about 3 years ago on Monday night. This very same Jets team with Mark Sanchez at the helm, they need to win this game to stay relevant in the AFC playoff picture against the Titans in Tennessee. Mark Sanchez throws about 5 interceptions, it seems like. He probably threw more like 3 or 4, but it seemed like 5. In every opportunity, the Titans wanted no part of a win in that game. The Titans did everything in their power to lose, and the Jets did more than the Titans did to lose that game, and the Titans hung on to win. And something like 9 to 7. It was ugly. It was a bad game, but it was a lot of fun to watch because it was just funny. This was probably on the same lines of that, on par with that game in terms of laughs. I couldn't believe they ran the football as much as they did. They really said, hey, Geno, you're not messing this one up, man. Try as you may, you're not messing this one up, dude. And so the Dolphins, man, I worry about the Dolphins because I know this is family business, but the way the Jets approached this game, you were supposed to win this one, and it wasn't supposed to be close. But give credit where credit is. The Jets, I say this all the time. Say what you want about Rex Ryan. The man can coach up some defense. And he's got a lot of spare parts in that secondary. He's not at full staff, and he still gets the most out of his defense. They didn't even have Muhammad. Their best player, period, is Muhammad Wilkerson. He didn't even play in this game. And they still were able to hold the Dolphins to only 16 points. So give credit where credit is due. The Jets defensively, they get it done. They just don't have enough on the offensive side of football. And they kept talking about R.J. Stanford being out there at corner versus Eric Decker. They didn't even give Eric Decker a chance in this game. The Jets said, we're running the football. Doesn't matter if it's 3rd and 6, 3rd and 1, 2nd and 9, 1st and 10. We're running football. We are running the rock. And so Dolphins get it done. Now, that's all that matters at the end of the day. It wasn't pretty. It was gritty. It was a W. Dolphins go to 7-5 on the season. Get the win. Jets drop to 2-10 on the season. Again, it's a tough season for Rex Ryan. He's going to be fired at the end of the season. Look, the man can coach football. If you ask me, he'll be a coordinator for a couple of years. He'll get another head coaching job, I think, because he's going to go somewhere and do an outstanding job at coaching up defense, and somebody is going to give this man another shot. And I think it's only a matter of time before he gets an opportunity to do this again. But maybe New York just isn't where he needs to be anymore because he doesn't have enough offensive firepower in New York to get what it is he wants to get accomplished as a football team. And so that's going to do it for Jets. Dolphins, I thank you for joining me. Dolphins are now in the playoffs. With that win at 7-5, they are now in as the number 6 seed behind the 8-4 Chargers, who are the 5th seed in the AFC playoffs. Dolphins got to keep winning. You can't trust anybody else to do you any favors. Last year, you were in a similar spot. All you had to do was win at the end, and you couldn't do it. You're in a similar spot this year. Just win football games. If you're the Dolphins, That's what it's all about. Just win football games. Everything else will take care of itself. Just win football games. That's going to do it for me here on this program. I thank you for joining me. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here in the lab room. Come back and join me as I've got plenty more games to break down. Or actually, I'm done with week number 13, the National Football League. See you in a bit.